So let's talk about soothing. So we all have these coping mechanisms, and we all have trauma that comes up, and we have a lot of discomfort in our physical body, in our mental body, in our emotional body, and we don't know what to do with ourselves. We do all these breathing techniques. We do coping mechanisms. We distract. We get into relationships. We drink. We avoid. We deflect. We have all these things that we do that are coping mechanisms because we don't know how to self-soothe. So what if we actually had the tools to self-soothe? What if we actually had the tools to calm the source of the energy? Because we are all frequency. We are all music. So if your music is turned up, you don't know how to turn the music down, right? If the music is turned up in the room next door and it's bothering you and you shut the door, the music's still going to be there. So until you learn how to actually go to the source of that energy and you turn that energy down and you learn how to self-soothe, you are going to continue having this layer to come back up for you to process. So self-soothing is about finding the location of the charge that is trying to come up to heal. What you're experiencing is actually something trying to come up to heal. It isn't something that is just there to irritate you. It isn't something that is just, this thing that we need to get rid of or we need to avoid. It is actually a part of your evolutionary path that your system is saying, hey, now is the time to heal this. You are going to feel it. So it comes up in our mind spins, our body gets agitated, we get digestive stuff. We have emotional stuff. We either shut down, dissociate, all these different things that we do. So what if we had the tools to actually go in, find the location of the experience, and this is key, actually change the environment. So to change the environment is self-soothing. That part of us that is trying to come up to heal will only heal if we change the environment so that we now feel safe enough to let go. So the environment is our response, because the response is the old trauma. We lock down, our mind clenches, or our mind, races, or we go into this whole, I'm shutting down, I'm not feeling, I'm holding my breath. All of these environmental responses, these are trauma. Now, we have to let that energy out. So we have to change the environment. We have to open up. We have to change our breath. We have to change our mental field. We have to change our physical field. A lot of what is taught is neurological. A lot of what is taught is addressing the mechanics. So we change mindset. But what do we do with the field of the physical, right? We can actually change our physicality. We can change where we're being. We can change the responses of what we're experiencing in and around our field. And we can learn to self-soothe. So self-soothing is not just a one technique process. It is understanding that we are a human aspect. And to truly self-soothe, to avoid these need for coping mechanisms, is an understanding of soothing the different layers of being human. It's also an understanding of changing the environment of being human that is what created and what adapted to that part of us that locked it in the first place. So if we have trauma and then we respond as part of the trauma, that is the environment that is now protecting that trauma. So we have to change the environment and then change the energy of the trauma. Then we integrate, evolve, and become deeper aware of a conscious process. And we grow through something that was traumatizing and now becomes something that has taught us something. So it's not the trauma that is the problem. It's the unintegrated trauma that is our missed opportunity to grow and evolve in this life.